when we're wanting to actually help our dogs, sometimes we have to do things that feel kind of uncomfortable for us. But when we know why we're doing it, that will help. The classic of that has to be the 5-minute rule. Now, if your dog is coming up to you and being an absolute pain in the butt, leaping around, and this isn't natural. You know, if you saw a cat doing it, you'd think it was having a fit. If you saw a horse doing it, you'd wonder what was going on. If you saw people doing it, you'd call for the ambulance. So if the dog is leaping around and you say, stop it, stop it, stop it, the dog goes, I've got your attention. And you're never going to get anywhere. The way to do it is, when the dog's doing that, ignore it. I don't want big performance, just ignore it. Carry on with what you're doing. Really ignore it. When the dog goes away and relaxes, now be careful here, because sometimes they go away, do you think they're relaxing and they're kind of just, you know, not quite settled. The repertoire is not over. So just give that a few minutes, because the dog could, and often will, suddenly start all over again. What I want you to do is wait until the whole thing stops and you actually see them kind of. Now, the reason I say to leave them at least 5 minutes now is purely to let them actually enjoy being relaxed. What you often get is the dog flips on its side, and then when the sigh goes, that's such a good thing to see. So remember, I don't mind how long the repertoire goes on for, as long as you do nothing at that point. If during that repertoire you think, I've had enough, stop it, the dog's got you. The dog has now engaged you in its game, and that's going to put doubt in its mind of your ability. Now remember, a dog that is doing all of this is intelligent. So we're going to use that intelligence to let it work it out. So you leave it alone for at least 5 minutes. It can be longer if you've got other things to do. But once you're convinced the dog is really relaxed and enjoying it, then you can turn to your dog and go, come on Toby, good boy. Call him gently. And if he leaps around again, you just ignore it. You show him, that is not what I want. What do you want? And you know in your mind you want is the dog to come to you nicely so that you can have some fuss. Of course you can have your madder moments, but not in the home. This is warmth, this is affection, this is what the dog really wants. But we have to show it very clearly the boundaries. And once we do that, we win. But more importantly, so does our dog. When a creature knows its limitations and boundaries, you get happiness. And that's what we want for our dog. Remember, Amish bonding is never about, I'm the boss, you're my dog, you do as I say. That's arrogant. What it's about is, don't you worry about it. You leave all that worrying to me and we'll be fine. So then, as the dog learns, it will pick it up easily. Now, when the next time you reunite with the dog or the repertoire begins, if you are consistent and do exactly the same and ignore all its behaviours and just never interact with it, it will actually be a shorter duration until the dog stops altogether. And I don't know about you, but I do things that I think I've worked out for myself, and it's a good feeling. So we let that dog work it out for itself. Because if you speak during that repertoire, or even when you think it is resting, then what you do is you block learning, you block that flow. Just as if you're in conversation with somebody and somebody else comes along and speaks to you, you can lose the thread completely. Let that thread happen. Let them enjoy the feeling of being relaxed for at least 5 minutes. And then they'll want that feeling again. This means that when you're busy, your dog will know that when you want it, you'll call it. And that gives you the quality time that you want, and the dog does. So I hope that that's helped.